Is your retirement on track? Now, that is a very important question that we should be asking ourselves, Andrea, and maybe our trusted advisor. And more importantly, we need to make sure that we're going to receive an answer that is going to make sure that we can sleep well at night.
And if you're not confident with your answer, Carson's going to give you 4 signs to let you know that you're headed in the right direction in this short educational video. So stay locked in.
Hi, my name is Carson Graves, President and CEO of the Retirement Education Center.
And my name is Andrea Graves, Director of Operations at the Retirement Education Center. And the reason we've created these educational videos is to help to make the difficult and confusing retirement process simple.
Yes, and we do this by incorporating a team of expert advisors ranging from certified financial analysts, certified financial planners, estate attorneys, insurance advisors, and other needed professionals to help us build a holistic and comprehensive roadmap that's going to let our clients know when, where, and how they can reach their retirement goals.
For specialized strategies on how to maximize your retirement income, please subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the notification bell to be notified when we upload new videos.
You know, Andrew, according to a Fidelity Investments study, less than 1 in 5 people in America has ever had a comprehensive financial plan for their retirement. And even for those who do have a comprehensive retirement plan, how many of those people really know that their plan could withstand some of the unforeseen circumstances that we have seen here over the last decade or so, right? You know, like recently, the pandemic. How did you do? Were you panicking during that time? Also, in 2007, 2008, that major financial meltdown that we experienced, how did you fare during that particular time? If you actually had a comprehensive financial plan. If it was wavering, of course, maybe you should get a second opinion about what is going on within your plan that caused you to have that type of anxiety during those unforeseen times.
So Carson, working with you for all these years, I know that most people at least worry just a little bit about if they're going to have enough money to last throughout their retirement, right?
Absolutely, Andrea, and as well they should be worried about that particular situation, because according to most studies, 2/3 of Americans have saved less than $50,000 for their retirement savings. Now, that's not nearly enough for us to live off of. And so that's why we created this short educational video to talk about 4 signs that will let you know if your retirement is on track or not. But before we get into that, there are always 2 rules that we give you about your retirement income. And what are those 2 rules, Andrea?
Well, rule number 1 is to never run out of money, and rule number 2 is to never forget rule number 1.
Yes, so now let's go ahead and I'm going to share my slide with you and educate you about 4 signs that will really let you know if your retirement is on track or not. So let's go ahead and talk about signs that will let you know that your retirement is on track. Now, this is going to be a very important educational lesson for you to pay attention to if you're close to retiring or definitely if you're in retirement. So the first sign that you're going to want to take note of is that you have enough cash to cover surprises and to be able to ride out any prolonged downturns that may take place during your retirement, i.e., can you pass the pandemic test? Now, we know that here recently that when we went through this pandemic, it really did uproot a lot of people's retirement aspirations. They had to retire either too soon, or maybe they realized that their portfolio was not set up to be sustainable during a major market interruption like that. So the one thing that we encourage with all of our clients while you're working, and of course when you are retired as well, is to try to maintain 3 to 6 months of living expenses in cash. And so that means if you have a $3,000 per month expense, then you need to have somewhere between $9,000 and $18,000 in cash that you, or someplace where you can readily get in order to cover any type of downturns or any major unforeseen emergency that may take place. If you do, it will clearly let you know that your retirement is, for one, on track. But it doesn't stop there, for sure. The second thing that you're going to want to take note of is that your income to spending ratios are in balance. They need to be in balance. One of the things you want to look at first is the 4% rule when it comes here. I know it's not a ratio that you may have commonly heard of, but that's why you watch these videos. But the 4% rule is very simple. You take the retirement savings that you have and multiply it by 4%. Now, if that is adequate enough to meet your monthly expenses or annual expenses, then you are in line to have a successful retirement. Now, if you don't have this in place, that means that if your 4% rule fails you, that means that you're underwater. Your expenses are still exceeding that income. Then one or two things has to happen. You have to continue to work and build up your retirement savings strong enough to meet your expenses, or you have to start shaving some things. You have to start lowering those expenses. So it's just being smart with those dollars that's going to make this come to reality for you. The other thing that I think is extremely important is that you pay attention to your debt to income ratios. We would like for a very healthy debt to income ratio to be equal to or less than 20%. Now, when you go and get a mortgage, most loan officers are going to require you to have a debt to income ratio between 28 and 36%. Now, and that's okay. I mean, you're still are going to be what I consider, pretty healthy. But we want you to be completely healthy in retirement by having a debt to income ratio 20% or less. Because if you do, we know that everything is in line for you in your retirement. So if you have an income of $5,000 a month in retirement, your expenses should be no more than $1,000 a month or less. So if that is not the case, if you have much more than that, let's say it's $2,500 a month and you have this income, you are certainly in a precarious situation when it comes to your debt to income ratio, and it may be a sign that your retirement is not on track. The third sign to let you know that your retirement is on track is that you have picked a smart retirement date. So many people get this part wrong. You see, if you retire too soon, what you don't understand is once you retire, you have now stopped saving your money and you're going to start spending that money. And so when you're spending that money, do you know if it's going to last or not? And if you don't have a proper retirement plan in place, you may just be guessing at this stage. So one of the things that can be critical when you retire too soon is that it may force you, because you don't have enough retirement resources to sustain your lifestyle, it may force you to claim your Social Security benefits too soon. And what happens when you do that? Well, when you claim your Social Security before full retirement age, you are now negating those delayed retirement credits of 8% per year. Tell me, where are you going to get an 8% guaranteed per year increase in your income? You're not going to find many places where that can happen. But if you retire too soon, you may never be able to realize the benefit of doing this. So you want to think about that for sure. The other aspect of this that I think some people forget is that you lose your health insurance coverage with your job, and you cannot qualify for Medicare until age 65. So if you retire too soon, you may have to go out into the marketplace and try to find some healthcare coverage that is going to be suitable for you. That is going to be taking a bite out of your budget for sure. So if you continue to work and have your job cover your healthcare expenses, and then when you finally retire, hopefully after the age of 65, then you can just qualify for Medicare and not have to go out to the marketplace and try to find your own healthcare coverage. The last thing that I want to discuss is that to make sure that you are on track for your retirement is that you are managing your retirement savings wisely. Now, this is so critical when it comes to the whole glue holding your retirement together. This part is the glue that holds it all together for sure. Because you want to maximize your 401ks and your IRAs, definitely your Roth IRAs, if you can qualify for it. And if you can't, as you know, if you watch our prior videos, you can always backdoor into a Roth. But you want to be able to maximize your qualified retirement savings, whether it's a 401k, a 457b, a 403b, whatever it may be, because your employer may very well be giving you free money through a match. And if they are, it will behoove you for sure to take advantage of that. And then outside of that match, you can go out and do other things that may be sufficient for your retirement, like participate in a Roth IRA and make sure that you can build up some tax free income during your retirement years. What you certainly do not want to do is have too much money in any type of bank, checking, or savings account, or even worse, sometimes a CD, because some people think that that is really investing their money when they're only getting 1% or less inside of a CD. That is a terrible decision to do with your dollars. Now, other than having your living expenses that we discuss here, inside of that checking and savings, anything above and beyond your living expenses or emergency expenses, you don't want to have that inside of your savings account. You want to make sure that that's going to be invested somewhere that's going to give you a better return on those dollars, that's going to be working for you in retirement because you're no longer working. Also, you're going to want to speak to someone who understands annuities. Look, so many people get annuities wrong. They have information that has been given to them by someone who may be biased against annuities. Nothing is wrong with an annuity if it's not sold to you, but that is placed in a proper area in your financial goals. If you can do that, an annuity can be your best friend because it is going to provide you with an additional guaranteed income for life. And that can be coupled with your Social Security income. And we all know that Social Security, although it's one of the largest benefit plans that you're going to be receiving as far as a pension goes, it's not enough to sustain you throughout your retirement. So it will definitely benefit you to look at annuities, figure out which type is going to be best for you, and implement that into your income goals. It's going to be a lifesaver for you if you're smart about implementing annuities for your retirement. Another thing you want to think about is having someone help you build up retirement income that may include capital gains or qualified dividends. Why? Because that type of income, that's what the wealthy use, by the way, because you are less taxed on those type of income sources. Anywhere from 0 to 20% may be the taxable income that, or the tax burden that you will have on capital gains or qualified dividends. So you want to make sure you talk with a retirement expert to understand how to make sure that you can diversify your dollars in some sort of strategy where you're taking advantage of capital gains and qualified dividends to couple with all of your other retirement income source to, one, give you a more tax advantageous retirement income in retirement. So it's so important to understand these concepts. And you cannot understand the concepts any better than by having a comprehensive retirement written plan in place. You must do this. If your advisor is not providing you with a retirement plan, then you must reach out to our office so we can let you know what you would need to get started in getting a comprehensive retirement plan built for yourself. So you can have a roadmap on how to implement all of these different signs in your retirement to make sure that your retirement stays on track. So I really hope that this educational video gave you some insight that will let you know if your retirement is on track or not. Please remember that these videos are created for educational purposes only, and that you should always seek out your own financial advisor, your own tax advisor, and attorney about your personal situation. Also, if you are looking for a qualified fiduciary advisor to help you with these types of complex retirement matters, we highly encourage you to click on the link provided in the description below so you can learn how you can become one of our high-value clients. For more information about this topic or any of the other topics that we've shared in our prior videos, please do not hesitate to reach out to our office or leave any questions or comments in the section below.
To learn more about our services and how we can help you to increase your chances of not outliving your retirement savings, make sure to click on the link in the description below and sign up for our free Maximizing Your Retirement Income MasterClass. After this video, please check out our other videos that we've created that will give you tips on how to maximize your retirement. Also, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and share it with a friend. Thanks for watching, and remember, if you have questions,
we have answers.